On the outside, Echoes of Time has done it pretty tough. Four-letter Word comes into it now. Noski winds it up. It gets to the outside. Via Ringaraz under pressure to try and follow it. Eyes wide open, still travelling really well behind All Too Much as they corner. And the Director shoved along by Brown. Well back to Special, Light Phaeton. And back last of all, Blazing Business. In the straight, All Too Much has got the lead. Pinson moves up on the outside. The Director's getting an inside run. Eyes wide open is battling on. Light Phaeton's come from last, but it's still Pinson. Pinson just in front of All Too Much. Light Phaeton through on the inside. It's Light Phaeton and Pinson. Light Phaeton's come through from last, quietly ridden today, and Pike drives it home to win well from Pinson. Third, the Director. Fourth, All Too Much. Then Eyes Wide Open. Four-letter Word. Well back via Ringarat. Turf Special. Blazing Business was well back as well. And then came Echoes in Time, Greystad and Killad. Light Phaeton. Well, I risked it, but it's bounced back today up to the 1,400 metres. And it's Race Rule on the inside to win it well. It's $6 and $2. Pinson at $5.10. The Director at $1.80. 6.34. All Too Much fought on OK after leading. It might still need a run. Eyes Wide Open had every chance and didn't do a great deal over the final 200. Four-letter Word loomed up out wide, but couldn't sprint with them. Pinson gave a great sight leading up and then sitting second. Confidently ridden by Jason Whiting, so he must have known it was pretty forward to impress today for Maxine Payne. And it was only in the shadows that Light Phaeton started to come away from it. The Director, every chance through it on the inside into third place. Now the winner, Light Phaeton, trained by Danny Morton, is owned by R. Morton, P. Walsh, also Bradley Thoroughbreds, the manager B.G. Bradley, T. Eldridge, also F. Fairthorn, and Mrs. C.R. Niall, also P. Scott, T. Hewitt, Joe Reeses, M. Adams, S. Grimley and S.F. Morton, a filly by Choiseul out of Leitmotiv, and is impressed today with a strong finishing run. Pinson, Maxine Payne, Jason Whiting, Chestnut Gelding, owned by B. Norton, also J. Farrell, D. Moore, J. Davies, A. Hughes, Diarth, and Maxine Payne. The Director third for Trevor Andrews, Madison Brown, Joanne Andrews, also H. Gregson and Mrs. E. M. Cohen. Now the margins here, Adam, were 1 1/4 by 1 3/4, 124.56, 35.33. Take it away.
Dan, Light Phaeton, she's been a bit of a sort of one I'm sure you've been scratching your head about in recent times. You've been changing the distances, taking a look at it. She hasn't been quite responding today. A bit colder, 1,400, and you get the job done. Yeah,
to be honest, we were hoping rather than knowing. Like, she's been a really frustrating prep for her. As you've seen, we've had her at Northern, Pinjarra, and ridden sort of, a little bit, closer sometimes, and just hasn't been finishing races off. And I think the connection's been getting a little bit frustrated with me, but I'd prolong the prep a little bit just to stretch her out to the 1,400 and just ride her really quiet like we did today. And luckily for me, she turned up.
Can you put it down to why it's been occurring? Because she was nominated for the Winter Bottom. She looked to have so much ability, but as you said, it's been hard to try and find that form.
Yeah, that's the thing, and sometimes we, like you say, we had a massive opinion of her early doors, and I think that was warranted given her form. But 3-year-old filly sometimes can be a bit frustrating, but like I say, luckily she's got the job sorted today. What do you do now with the prep? Do you continue going and stay at this type of distance while she's winning and she's happy and it seems to be working? Yeah, we'll just have a bit of a think about it. I don't like rushing into decisions come race day, but we'll just let the dust settle on that and just, have a think about it. As you said, the connections be happy now, mate. Congratulations on getting the job and the persistence as well. Yeah, that's the thing. I was probably on a hiding to nothing today, to be honest, but yeah, happy days. It's paid off, mate. Congratulations. Absolutely. Thanks. There's Dan Morton, winning trainer, as he said. Made a couple of changes today. A bit of a throw at the stumps going up to the 1,400 metres, but been able to get the job done. And William Pike, of course, the man for the job again. And Pikey, I'm sure you would have taken a look at these form lines, look at the distances, and just sort of been scratching your head a little bit as well. But she showed a nice kick late.
Probably didn't do that much form, to tell you the truth. Before the race, I said, Mr. Morton asked me what I'm doing. I said, I'm going forward. And so there you go. I'm at the back of the field. Always travelled very well, so that was a positive. That's why you're William Pike, though. You can get away with this type of thing. She did finish off strongly, didn't she? Yeah, pretty much. And, Danny knows her better than I do. I haven't sort of ridden her in a long time, so I'm very much guided by him. When he said no, he'd rather not. Well, you got to listen to those sorts of things. They know the horse better than me. Great being out there today. Really fair day, isn't it? We've seen plenty of leaders going up, and then today you've just shown from the back of the field you can be winning from there as well. Yeah, it felt like that earlier, but I just wasn't able to close the gap on a couple, so I wasn't sure. But as I said, I was always travelling, and when she let down really strong. So what more can you ask for?
Looking forward to seeing your runner coming up a little bit later. We see Perfect Dream was a nice win last start. You were tampered at the top of the straight, but she seems to be above ability as well.
Yeah, she's a progressive type. The up in distance will definitely suit her. Yeah, I think she'll be a handy chance, especially from a nice barrier.
Best of luck, mate. Congratulations on the win.
Cheers.
There's William Pike. He just adjusts to the form that he was thinking, gets the job done as well. Lead Fade and a winner of the first leg of the quaddie here at Belmont.